They had no intention of nominating me as a candidate. They were going to just rip all these people off and kill me. All the snitching and everything, that's not standard. They don't molest the presidents. That would mean that every single one forgave it. Andrew Jackson was a bona fide engine killer. This, what you have here is Islam, a bunch of crimped and powdered, silk-tied bearded ladies. They say Hollywood is satanic. Islam uses terrorism and slavery to seize control of the world's most precious resources. And that's why free Suge Knight, because you ain't shit. As far as I'm aware, Julian Assange is still in Her Majesty's Supermax for raping 2 Swedish bikini models simultaneously. He should get a medal. Run simulation, Central. Let's see how that plays out. You want to show us how that's done? Okay, because Bradley Manning was acquitted because he, being a PFC, was not the one who deployed a forward mobile server with 60 years of classified data to the Devil's Playground. In case I need to look up the Korean War. That's why he was acquitted. Not because some homo. You fucking commies. What would MacArthur have done? He'd have ate his gun. So you don't like Jews, huh? What are you, a Muslim? If it ain't kosher, they weren't my Jews. Oh, it's all well and good for them in Turkey, because they're not really Muslim. They're 9-to-5ers. They're not praying 5 times a day. They're working. But for us, we're under their protection. It's very strict. Protect yourself. First, I shall do no harm. Protection. Act in your self-interest. The phone company, you know, they want to see some movement. I carry a cross for Kali. Oh, that's blasphemy or heresy, whatever you want. You wouldn't know a real religion if it jumped out and bit your ass off. Like, I don't have to forgive. The object of the game is for Jesus to not come back. In 2016, your protection ran out. Catholics are not inherently racist. Yeah, you might get called whatever, but if you're in the wrong neighborhood, you're in the wrong neighborhood. There's no method, there's no mechanism in pure Catholicism to make you a Christian against your will. You know, if you're like, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Like, we got a guy, all of us, we all have that. We have a guy. There is absolutely no danger of uniting the churches. I apologize if anyone had, you know, mixed signals or any confusion. Prior to, 2014, a doctor ripped the insurance company off. 2015, my protection ran out. 2016, everybody's protection ran out. I kneel in Rome. Now, if you're not a gay mafia operative on behalf of the Martians, you know that means I fall my sword, it'll be for Rome. Until that day comes, I stand with Israel, because if every gay mafia Martian skin puppet up and disappeared, Christians and Jews pass the gravy. Islam ceases to exist. My deepest, sincerest apologies to the Nazi test tube foster kids that had a lot of money riding on this thing. I know it's a disappointment to find out that religion is the only thing worth dying for. Preferably you first. If you are a doctor with a cross to bear for whomever, you can renew your oath. I personally endeavor to build to consecrate the soil for the war on terror. And we may change the name of the Central Intelligence Agency. They may warrant a new designator, a new model. But it's not the KKK. It's not a bunch of skin puppets here to just like body snatchers. What you heard, what Joey Greco gave you when he was finally ready after 15, was when I finally went through the most. See what these people want. I'm sitting there with their phony corporate plant, and I was just, FPL came around talking about who's he talking to. I wasn't talking to you, so I guess I was. Walt Disney, they called him a Nazi for trying to warn us about the Illuminati. The Bavarian Illuminati. Not to be confused with the Illuminists. It's different. Illuminati in Germany. ATI. So that's implicating Italians from Germany. And the first thing they do is burn a bush. Israel, you know, may have, like, whether or not they have an accurate impression of what I have, the arguments I've made in the past, but I have a plan for everything. There is no excuse for the... When I say PR, I mean public relations and nothing else. Make fun of me when I say Boricua and then act like I'm talking about something I'm not when I say PR. You don't, you know, skepticism is reserved for the rational. You see what I bring to the table. Yeah, Babu is my devil. No, Islam, they act like it's our Jesus is theirs, but Islam, Allah isn't even a devil. Allah is a devil looking for a fugitive. I did not lie to the doctor. I did not lie to my mom. I told the truth. And then I went back to my unit. And there were honey traps at every stop along the way. Like somebody knew, Islam is not a real religion. Washington. Just waiting for the invoice. I'm worth more than you can afford. I get a Navy. You don't get to fuck the Navy and put it on me if I don't. I get a Navy because I'm a Templar. Well, not the world's greatest Templar, but this isn't a class on how to become a Templar. This is a class on how to prevent Templars in the future. Too late now. Scotland, you've got just cause. In the meantime, dog rape. I mean, where do they think werewolves come from? They're calling us crazy. Rape us a dog, Scotland. Show us how it's done. Payout on that on my behalf. No taxation without representation. Germany owes me over 100,000 Syrians, Washington. I don't know if you can handle it. Islam's not a real religion. Because a religion is life and death. We don't force you to say you're whatever and then we can't rely upon you. Just denying me from being able to talk to whatever department, OIG, Navy JAG, is not going to qualify your assertion that you justified an obligation of treason. Treason, it's not something you go into by accident, like half-stepping. Oops, did we sign you up for the treason? I told them what I want, what might happen, what the United Nations has forgiven in the past. Threats, well, I'm not in IT. What that means is I'm not the one that's been hacking you for the past 20-some years. Doesn't mean I won't keep them. But Epstein didn't kill himself. So, Bill Gates, you ready to Shanksville paw with me or what? You'll never There's nothing you can do. Nothing in the world would ever convince me to run for amnesty. You don't even have due process. Amnesty from what? The only excuse for allowing this to go on as long as it has, there's a couple of structures that need to be demolished. And I mean, you see the Pope kissing a Quran? Alright, what that means is from now on, the Pope handles all your Muslim needs. But what it really means is that the law of love abolishes heresy. The perfection of Christ banishes all flat earth. Judaism is the law because it's kosher. I mean, the sneaking around thing, the Pharisees, they don't do that anymore. They're very clearly Aryan. Lo, for I have sinned, and I have done wickedly. But these sheep, what have they done? Let thine hand, I pray thee, be against me and my father's house. 2 Samuel 24:17. Very clearly, the flock are not the government. Islam, they say that the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. I'm pretty sure it was in the Hospital of Rebellion when he convinced the world he was a doctor. First, do no harm, or you're not a doctor. Teutonic Knights joined the Templars in the Holy Land. Hey, we're here to help. Well, you're not invited. So they told the peasants that the Templars were blood drinkers. Wait, did you want some? Mass is every Sunday. Me, my blasphemies, profanities, I study arcane schools of thought. It's not for the meek shall inherit the earth. It's not might makes right either. Our king is getting married. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm not chaotic or whatever. They try to use like whatever justifiable mistake. That's America's religion. Whatever justifiable mistake. So I told Elon Musk to punch himself in the face, and he did. And now that's going. All these arguments like, but you said, well, we thought we were going to get away with, like, who told you I was going to run for president? So I rewrote the rules for the IRS. I wasn't negotiating then. I'm not negotiating now. Terrorism? No, it's first do no harm. And then, you know, you can be scared. Gandhi was not Hindu. So the Boers of South Africa have been wrongfully oppressed for over a century. The Islamic State rolls India around like a toothless tiger, uses it as an infinite source of power. Mother Teresa, John Paul II, Reagan. Pakistan will be made whole. Haiti, you got a little greedy. A couple of my friends died before we were ever introduced, and even then it was like, what do you expect from me? Namaste, Pakistan. Yeah, whatever. Namaste right here. Racist. It's not racist if it's true. And besides, I am protected from such wizardry. I'm going to overload the United Nations automated intelligence. Kremlin, Jerusalem, Athens, Roma, London. I cannot be obligated to the limitations of what passes for intelligence these days. I'm not allowed to prosecute multiple homicide. Be a war. What's going to happen if I don't? I wanted to fight Justin Trudeau, not fuck his wife. I wanted Chris Christie arrested in Ukraine. Do I sound like I'm running for amnesty? Keith Riley died in '96. That would have been when they said I testified falsely against the police. So, without even meaning to, I fucked Ed Ramp's mom, everybody. Yeah, it was Ed Ramp. So, you know, go on about your business, as you were. She wouldn't take no for an answer. I mean, it's not that I'm into old ladies, but frankly, I feel a little violated. I'm not pressing charges. Your father's a lucky man, Ed. No affiliation.